is completely flat. There's not any trees in distance. You can barely see more than a couple feet at a time in front of you, and at some points the snow gets heavier and heavier to the point where you can only probably see a couple inches. But you make out a faint light in the distance. It's that of a house, a 2-story house standing in the middle of this field, which looks to be, at glimpses, like a farm of sorts that has been set up around here, a very flat area. But these red lights from the lower part of the house illuminate. They emanate some form of warmth here for your unequipped bodies. And so that is where we're going to start today. What would you guys like to do as you are standing in the middle of this field, and the only thing you can currently see is the house? You look down at your amulets, and they are not lit. Your planeswalker amulets.
So they'll look around. It's like, oh wait, I don't see the captain anywhere. Right? Is everyone okay?
Seem to be fine. How about y'all?
I'll pat around myself and be like, I'm in one piece.
Alright, good. Let's that was rough, but I recognize that guy. It's that fucking warden. He's enslaving my people, my family.
That sounds like you want to do something about it.
Oh yeah. By the way, out of character for a bit. So what's Edgar? What's your role in the ship?
I rolled.
Like in the ship.
I don't think there's sign rules besides you and Edward.
Yeah, because right now Edward's the captain. I'm first mate. Brad is Cordell's a scout.
Mm-hmm.
And Grape Shot is Powder Monkey.
Yeah, or monkey.
Mm-hmm.
Roles are there?
Bosun, cook, quartermate. I think those are the main ones. Plus any other little niche jobs that you guys want to add to your ship. It's quartermaster. Quartermate.
I guess I can be the cook right now.
Nice.
That's okay, co-captain or first mate.
Yeah. I'm willing to let Edgar cook.
Yeah, that's fine.
What about you, Bella? What do you want to be?
Hmm. Oh, what do we need of?
Quartermaster and a boatswain.
What was that?
Boatswain or bosun and a quartermaster.
What do they both do?
A boatswain or a bosun, they they're in charge of the equipment and the crew. And a quartermaster is in charge of like the rooms and the quarters and the rations and stuff like that.
I'll do that. I'll be the quartermaster because I don't have social niceties. So.
And Jerry is gonna be the bosun.
I'm fine with that.
You guys don't have to make him the bosun.
I'll put him as the bosun for now, before I forget.
Joey.
Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect. Okay. Awesome.
So as you all are discussing your ship rolls for the ship you don't currently have, and it's just blizzarding right around you, what would you guys like to do?
Alright, like back to present here. Okay. Yeah, let's get into the house. It's cold as fuck right now. Gotta figure out where are we gonna get the ship back and then plan our surprise against that jerk.
Okay, me.
Okay. So you guys are going to approach the house.
Do we see anything else to approach?
Not with this super thick snow currently. It's kind of the only thing that you're seeing is this light in the area.
And yeah, let's do it.
Okay. It gets a little bit warmer as you get towards the house. And as you kind of approach, you can see that this building is in like really good condition. Like it's kind of stood the testament of this blizzard, or however heavy the snow is, or how long it's been going on for. Which, as you guys are walking, you can definitely feel almost a foot of snow probably crunching beneath your feet at this point. So it's probably been snowing for quite a long while, or it started and stopped kind of thing, and just lessened out. But as you guys make your way over here towards the door, the warmth of this sort of cottage, this little house that you guys are approaching, it sort of melts away at the snow around the door, making it a little bit easier to get into. And do you guys knock or open the door? What's you guys' prerogative?
Since nobody's stepping up to do anything, I'll knock on the door fairly loudly.
Okay. You knock.
Not quite pounding on the door, but, just about a half effort below that.
Solid. You give it a couple pounds at the door, and you'll hear a voice shout back at you. I'm coming. The door opens up slowly, and you see a man in his middle age. He has a pair of crutches and looks to have a broken leg. He has this... It's sort of like gimped. You can definitely see his leg. It was probably bent backwards at one point, or snapped in a couple places. He has a lot of scars and cuts all over his face, and frostbite bit along his arms and hands. And he'll say, "Oh, what are you guys doing out there in the cold? Where'd you come from? Did you make the trip from town?"
Yeah, I'm kind of, well, not just me, but we're just kind of lost. We're not exactly sure how we wound up here.
I'll say it's about a day's travel from the town. You guys must be freezing. Why don't you come in? I'll make some tea or something if you would like.
Sure.
I'll gesture for you guys to come in, and as you come in, it is nice and warm. It's just like the basic interior of the house here on the first level. As you guys enter in, it is a cozy lit fireplace in the back with a couple of chairs that ring around in a number of 4, seemingly inhabited by a family. You can probably see a couple drawings of the family, like sketched portraits of this man, a woman that is a little bit older, middle-aged woman, a younger daughter, probably pushing teenage years, and a younger boy, probably around the age of 6 to 10, you'd probably guess. And he'll go, well, come in right this way. Me and my wife will fetch you some tea. I'll be right back, okay? Make yourself at home. Get cozy. So he'll step back into the back left room, which is the kitchen. And after a couple moments, he'll come back out with tea. He'll say, "Whoa, I can't believe how you guys are dressed. You survived out there." And then he'll sort of turn to the left a little bit. Yeah, it is definitely really really cold out there, right, Caleb? And then he'll turn back to you guys, and he'll shake his head. So, how did you guys fare out there?
No.
Oh,
Well,
go ahead. Go ahead, Hannah.
I mean, I don't know enough to fill in the chatter space, so.
Well, where's my manners? I'm Carson. He turns to his left. This is my wife, Clara, which, as you look over, no one is currently there. He'll shake his head. And then my children are around here somewhere, Caleb and Courtney. And then he kind of like snaps into it. And he kind of like looks in a daze. Except they're missing. And he kind of like looks around. They went missing a couple days ago. He turns to you guys. You must have came from Shiveria. Did you, by chance, bring any supplies? We've been starting to get a little low out here.
I'm sorry. I'm fresh out. We're, yeah. It's like,
It's been real rough on me and the family here.
it's like a
Yeah,
bad 1970s TV show. You know, I don't remember anything at all.
That's crazy. Yeah, I guess the cold does that to you. He'll turn to his left again. He'll start chuckling. Courtney, that's a good one. And I'll turn back to you guys. So, are you guys heading somewhere, or?
Yeah, we need some warmth and figure out what we're gonna do.
You're more than welcome to stay here for the evening if you need a place to rest. The town is, from the direction you guys came, it's northwards, about a day trek in the snow. Yeah. That's a great point there, Caleb. It's a little bit quicker if you had some snowshoes. And then he kind of shakes his head and turns back to you guys.
Do we see this person, that kid that he calls Caleb, or?
No, it is just him.
So he's talking to people that aren't there.
That is correct.
Mm.
He's talking to people that aren't there, and we have no idea how we got here. We are a match made in heaven, let me tell you.
So, okay, so I'm gonna ask him. He was talking to Caleb, his son.
Yes.
So where did you say Caleb is at?
He kind of thinks for a moment. We were low on supplies, so we started to go to town, and we got lost along the way. I haven't seen them since.
How long ago was that?
A couple days at this point.
You didn't try to go find your son?
I've tried. My wife is... I'm assuming he's with my wife and daughter, too. Because we were all trying to make the trek to Shiveria. But we didn't make it. We got separated during the whiteout. Broke my leg. So I had to come back.
Who helped set your leg?
I did. You know, I'm a farmer, so I got a little bit of farm hands here.
And where are they now?
No, quite literally my hands.
Oh. Okay. I don't know where to go from here.
He'll sort of take a deep breath and he'll turn over to his side again. Oh, that's a good point, dear. You guys hungry at all? Do you all need sustenance or food?
Yeah, I could use some of that tea that you said you were going to make, and
Oh, yes. I apologize. I'm quite lost lately myself. And he'll stand up and slowly walk with his crutches back to the kitchen. He'll come out with a single plate of meat and a couple cups of tea, and he'll pass them out to each of you slowly off of the platter that he has. In the meat, it looks a little bit like frostbitten, like it was in the cold. You'd probably assume that from seeing some of these things that he might find out here. Definitely with it being cold. He'll go, that's great. You guys are from Shiveria, I'm assuming, but my daughter brings up a great point. It hasn't always snowed over here. It used to be great farmland. And all of a sudden the snow started too. We didn't have the rations to make it through because all of our crops died during the blizzards.
He just talked as if his daughter is currently talking to him.
That is correct.
Which he just told us is missing out in the woods or whatever.
That is also correct. He seems very delusional. Maybe as if he's losing time or he's kind of dissociated from an event.
So I will point that out to him and say, I thought you said your daughter got lost out in the woods. Who are
Oh,
you?
yeah, I haven't seen them in a long while.
So who are you
Couple
talking
days.
to now?
Oh, you all.
You just said you were talking to your daughter.
Was I?
Yes.
He kind of like sits for a moment and he kind of like zones out. Well, I think you're right, Clara. I need to get some rest. And he'll turn back. He'll shake his head and turn back to you guys. Oh, do you all need a place to stay for the evening?
Blood doesn't like the feel of this.
yeah.
Oh, well, make yourselves at home. You can get comfy in some of the chairs, or you can have my children's bedrooms upstairs if you need a bed to stay in. I'll be sleeping here on the first floor. That's where me and my wife's room is. He stands up. He kind of hobbles across the room on his crutches. And you'll see him open up one of the doors and close it behind him. Lay down. You can hear it through the walls, I'd probably say, the squeaking of the bed as he crunches down into it.
I'm gonna be discreet with the others and say, I think we should sleep in shifts. He's not right in his head, and I don't know if it's just him or if it's something here that's doing it to him, and we don't want it to do it to us.
I'll trust your judgment as quartermaster.
A quartermaster on a ship that we don't really have.
You chair quartermaster of the ship.
And I'll volunteer to take first watch.
I'll put y'all's tokens on the map so you can just move them around.
I'll take the third watch then.
Okay. So you guys are taking shifts.
Yep.
Yeah.
You sleeping in the chairs or upstairs in the bedrooms?
I'll
I would say
volunteer
we
taking
can go.
it.
Sorry,
Oh,
go
sorry.
ahead.
Go ahead. No, you first.
I was going to say we could go to the bedrooms and someone can sit watch out, like in the hallway outside the doors.
I'm gonna sleep in the chair.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll take one of the kids' beds. It'll probably fit pretty well.
you take Caleb's bed.
Yeah. I assume he can't be taller than like 4 or 5 feet. So I assume
It's a good,
unless he was a
It's a
tall,
good-
tall kid.
it looks like the bed is perfectly fit for you. But as you go to his room, actually, the one thing you would notice is his room is filled with straw-made action figures, like kind of figurines that he was playing with, or would have played with, that are made out of straw. That's like his set of toys. And Cordell, as you sink into the chair, it's nice and comfy. As you hear the crackling of the fire, the popping of the embers as they dance around the fireplace.
Yeah, I'm looking at the figures that I'm like, oh hey, cool. Neat.
Okay.
Does his is the Caleb's room like just his own bedroom, or is it like, I assume it's called his
It
own.
is his own room.
I assume so because I had I have out of character an older sister, and we definitely did not share a bedroom. So unless
Yes, and he does not share with his sister
exactly.
either.
All right, but yeah, I'm just like, ooh, that's cool, and then I just go to sleep and wait until it's my turn to watch.
Okay. How about Edgar and Bella?
I'll be in the hall outside the bedroom doors upstairs.
Okay.
Like, I'm gonna find a easily movable chair and sit outside the doors and keep watch until someone switches shifts with me.
Can do. And Edgar.
Just one more bedroom.
There is 2 more upstairs, actually. The daughter's room and what looks to be another guest bedroom, even though it doesn't look like they get many guests here.
Well, I want to first look in the daughter's bedroom just to see how long they've actually been gone.
Okay, give me an investigation check. And as you look in her room, it looks like her pastime is that of making dresses. Natural 20. Yeah, so it looks like she's handmade a lot of dresses and outfits that she's worn. It looks like her clothing is a little bit more unique and more modern than that of her father. So as you're sort of looking through here, you can definitely tell that some of this stuff in here, it looks like it was touched recently. The wrinkles are starting to set in a little bit, and the dust is very faint. You'd probably assume it's probably about a week since it's been touched in this room, looking at the floorboards and some of the corners and stuff like that.
Okay. He's going. Okay. I will notice that. And then I'll go into guest room.
Okay. Which this room looks to be untouched in even a longer time. You could probably smell the sort of dust that has settled on some of the the blankets and stuff that lay across the bed. Definitely stale air in this room. Haven't had company in a very long time, if ever. So, you all take your turns and your shifts. Is there anything that anyone wants to do in particular during their shift?
I might kind of investigate the house in general to see when the kind of like what Garrett did to see if I can tell when they left and see if there's anything magical going on in the house.
Okay. Give me an investigation check. You're looking around. Funnily enough, on the dining room table, 4 plates are set out, only one of which looks to be cleaner than the others. Probably been about a week or so, is what you'd assume. And do you care to investigate the kitchen as well? Is the last room that you guys pretty much haven't been in. Inside of the kitchen, there lies mostly untouched utensils, apart from a stove that looks like it was recently turned on and then turned off, snuffed out for the evening. And there is a piece of meat hanging up off of one of the walls that looks like it's sort of curing near one of the windows to sort of keep it cold. And it might possibly be dry aging it to some sort. That's pretty much the main thing you would note in here, I think.
And I noticed that like anything magical.
Do you have anything to do so for checking for magic? You don't see any runes by anything with your eyes.
I guess not. Sort of an arcana check is really nothing else that I can do.
You don't have anything for identifying magic or detecting it?
Let me take a look at my inventory.
That is a negative by the looks of it.
Over compass.
But no runes. Nothing inherently appearing magical appearing in the house.
Okay. I'll remain vigilant for my shift until someone else relieves me to get some sleep.
Okay. Does anyone else want to do anything on their shift?
I guess whenever my shift happens, I'm gonna. I think I'll just look around and see if there's anything extra, like clothes for like any gear for the stone, because I remember Carson mentioning like, oh, maybe some snowshoes could help. And I'm like, oh, I wonder maybe there's some extra ones around here. We could ask for them later.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Investigation.
You do find a pair of snowshoes in Caleb's room, tucked into one of his closets, as well as a pair in Courtney's room. You assume there's probably 2 more within the Farmer Carson's room for him and his wife. Definitely see clothing, a little bit thicker. But it also seems like it kind of caught them off of guard, and they weren't fully ready for a winter. Like, it seemed like it happened out of nowhere. So they don't have, like, super thick coating or anything like that. It's mainly layered.
Now, as I see this, I'm like, yeah, they see like they have a whole lot, but snowshoes could make us move a little faster. You know,
Okay.
I'm like, sorry, I'll be like, I'll be borrowing this for a little bit.
Okay.
Eventually, it's put him back, and obviously Garrett is be like, yeah, well, hopefully we can find you guys if you're around, and return them.
No, okay. So, apart from that, if there was nothing else, the evening is... Oh, go ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Was there a visible injury that we could see from him, like bloody
From Carson?
Yes.
You could definitely see that his leg looked like it was broken at one point, and maybe possibly healing still. And you could definitely see cuts and scrapes on his face and frostbite on his arms and hands. It almost kind of... Give me a medicine check.
I'm good at that.
It kind of appears he got frostbite on his arms and hands because he had to crawl through the snow. And you can definitely tell the way that his leg is partially contorted that it was or possibly still is broken or healing in the process of recovering.
Okay.
The cuts and scrapes look to be recent, maybe within the past week.
Okay, so I'm gonna look for 3 things.
Okay.
Look, since he said his family's been missing for a day, that
Couple
could
days.
be recent. See
Okay.
if there's any recent kitchenware.
Recent kitchenware.
Yeah, they had.
So you go into the clean up kind of thing.
Yeah.
He does have a larger carving knife, what looks to be for the meat, and you probably see a couple bits of the dry age that has been shaved off of the meat already. That's been tossed into like a waste bin. That is beside it. This piece of meat that's hanging is probably, I don't know, maybe 1.5 feet, 2 feet tall. It's kind of hanging like a larger leg of something.
So is there any recent plates that have been?
The plates, his is clean out on the dining table. That looks like it was used recently and put there, and the rest are collecting a little bit of dust.
Since we've seen recent injuries, I want to see where he may have patched himself.
Patched himself up.
Old bandages of sorts.
Okay, so you'd probably, I think, give me an investigation check, because this is kind of like a weird one. Yeah, you do a little bit of digging, and you probably find a couple, like a first aid kit that was tucked into one of the kitchen cabinets. That looks like it has been opened recently.
Okay. And then I just want to take a look outside. I don't want to go outside. I just want to see what the surrounding is. If there's a window of sorts.
Yeah, there's a couple of windows surrounding the house. And as you peer outside, it is still heavy snow. So you probably, at this point with the house, you'd probably be able to see a couple feet away from it. And as far as you can tell from the current situation, it is barren and flat here. You can probably assume that since it was a farm, all the crops you were growing were probably pretty low to the ground, and the snow has just killed everything, leaving it just to be a flat snow land surrounding this building.
Okay, so can I see a cellar on the floor?
A cellar? Yes, you can.
And is there a way to check to see if the back door has been opened?
I think you could probably give me a survival check.
that's the way to the cellar.
Yes, the back way. So peering out the back, I think you'd be able to see faint footprints and also dragging marks of the canes, the crutches. So you probably assume he was out there.
No recent bandages that have been replaced. Silverware's still on the table, but his is clean. And cellar. One more thing.
Mm-hmm.
Is there proof that they're actually real?
You see a couple of drawings and stuff on the walls, and that's pretty much the only basis you really have to go on. And the rooms, unless he's sort of factored in, created this whole family that he's set up. It's hard to dictate if it's real or not.
Okay, I will. Did you want second or fourth watch? Portal.
Fourth watch.
Then I will let Garrett know about the cellar.
Okay. Sweet,
Anything
sweet.
else?
So, Garrett, do you also want to check out the cellar in addition to your check, or do you want to leave it for Cordell?
I'll check it out because I'm the rogue, and I even got some night vision goggles.
Okay. So you're going to brace the snow and step outside and check out the cellar?
Yeah, I'll sneak around quietly. And I got the snowshoes, so that's to help with mobility.
Okay. As you step outside, go ahead and give me a perception check.
Hang on, I think I might be able to re-roll that. Hold on, let me check. Yes. Yeah, if I fail an ability check, which I have proficiency, and I believe I have proficiency, I can roll a psionic energy dice.
You do.
And I can add it, so I can add a d6.
Okay.
So it's 14.
As you are stepping outside, you hear this guttural scream like coming from the distance. The snow weighs down hard and heavy. As you are stepping out here into the snow, give me a stealth check. Okay. So, you quickly make your way to the cellar, or would you like to retreat inside?
So, do I see anything around me, or?
You currently do not see anything, you just hear the scream of what sounds to be a horrific creature.
How close is the cellar to the house?
It is attached to the house, but from the back door, about 45 feet. Enough for you to book it over there real quick and try to open the cellar in one 6-second increment.
Yeah, so I think what I would do is I think I'm gonna be like, I might want to do this with the whole crew rather than just myself. So I think what I would do is take advantage of the element of surprise. That'd be because I think the one that's still kind of somewhat awake is either
It'd
Edgar.
probably be about time to switch over to Cordell.
Perfect.
Like towards the end of your watch.
Yeah, so I'm gonna quietly get back and I'm gonna, talk quietly with Cordell.
Okay.
Telling him what I found out and to see if he can quietly get the others to so they can investigate. And it's just the cellar he said has 2 entrances, like.
It's just the one behind the building.
Oh, okay. To step outside quietly so we can investigate the.
So you're gonna go out with Cordell?
Yeah.
If I'm understanding correctly.
Yeah.
Cordell, would you like to step outside with Garrett?
Sure.
Okay.
Like and try to alert the others first, like quietly.
So you're gonna wake everyone up and ruin their long rest?
Yep. Oh,
Yeah.
Lewis is going to ruin everybody's long rest.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just going to be bold and step outside.
Okay.
I will too.
So Edgar
Man, I am.
and Bella,
He's bold and brash.
Mm-hmm.
would you like to disturb your long rest and push into the night?
I guess so. Here we go.
Okay. So if all of you are stepping outside, I would like you all to give me a stealth check.
Only if you're going to give it back to me when I'm finished.
I'm gonna re-roll with my. I'm gonna re-roll with my, or add the extra number to my thing.
Okay.
I don't think I have a reroll ability.
Okay, so
It's okay. Meet it to beat it, Bella.
Oh, I met it?
Yeah, apparently.
Wow.
Edgar's just gonna watch you guys from the kitchen door. Just so you guys go outside. He's just like waving at you goodbye.
You know what? I will.
You're gonna go out, Edgar?
No, I'm gonna stay in the kitchen and just keep watch.
Just watch. The door open, you're just waving at them as they book it out into the snow. As you get over towards the cellar there, Garrett, you do notice there is a simple padlock on the cellar door.
padlock is. I assume it's just like the rotating, like the lockers, or.
It's kind of just like a flat lock with a key that goes into the bottom.
Okay. Let's see. Have your Tory. I'm like, I have some thieves' tools. Let me see if I can pick the lock on this lock.
Okay.
So I guess I'll roll for thieves' tools.
Roll. Give me a thieves' tools check. Yeah, you put it in and pop it open.
I do that and I do it effortlessly.
Almost instant. Yeah, you're just like, it's a simple lock.
Yeah, I do that and I do like I'm like, do a thing like, oh yeah. And then I
Pull the heavy doors back against the blizzard.
yeah, and as I'm struggling, I'm like whisper to Cordell like to help me out with the door.
Yeah.
Because I'm basically I'm like a short dude, and I assume the door is like the size of like bigger
of you.
than an adult.
It's pretty big doors. But with the three of you there, it's easy enough to open up. And it leads down into what is a colder and darker cellar below. Immediately your nose is hit, although with frost, but with the scent of grain. And in there, as you step into the cellar, it looks to be very simple grains and stuff that's piled into one corner. It looks like the rations are kind of running low at this point in here. In looking around, it seems to be quiet. It seems to be darker, per se, in here, because it's underneath the house. And investigating a little bit further, you find a lot of farm tools, what looks to be like scythes, and other things for tending to crop. And apart from that, you all don't really see anything that you were sort of hoping was down here. It seems very simple. You'd probably find a couple of kids' toys and things like that would be on the yard that are down here. The kids, it's cornhole. There's a cornhole set up in one of the corners.
So we don't see anything else like out of the ordinary here.
Not anything out of the ordinary popping up to you. No runic symbols or anything like that.
So nothing we can see that that feels like it would screech at us.
Nope. I want Edgar to make a perception check. Okay. Edgar, you hear a faint screech like the... I need you to make a wisdom saving throw. You are currently paralyzed. You cannot move. As you feel the screech overcome you, it just shivers your bones to the point where you can't move. As everyone else is still investigating the basement.
Do you need a perception or anything from me?
Nope. Unless you are doing something particular.
Well,
So I'm like,
resting.
alright, so,
Resting.
so I'm, just in case I'm gonna, like, I'm gonna talk to you, just be like, yeah, I think we might need, Edgar, we need some magical assistance.
Okay.
So I'm gonna quietly,
So what do you guys do?
quietly for now, just get back and get Edgar.
Okay. As you make your way back, you'd probably see through the faint bit of snow, Edgar is just kind of standing there. And it goes on for, as you start to walk up, Edgar, you regain movement in your body again.
And now I'm going to activate my psychic whispers. And I'm gonna establish a psychic connection with Edgar and so I'm gonna roll a D2, and I'll say 1 for Bella or 2 for Jordell because I can only do 2 people right now.
Okay.
Alright, so Cordell it is. Both Edgar and Cordell I could talk to you guys telepathically, and we get to talk for about 2 hours. And no action is required for me to so we can talk to each other and mostly within a mile, which yeah, that's pretty doable. So I'm like telepathically speaking with Edgar. It's like to be quiet, like, yeah, we need your help. Some weird creatures are outside. We need magic.
Thank you.
I'll go inside.
Telepathically, man.
Okay. I telepathically tell you
Oh,
I'm
sorry,
going inside.
Bella, you don't have the telepathy. I gave it to Cordell. That's what I rolled for.
Oh, so he's saying, okay, so I don't hear it. Great. So y'all are gonna leave me there. Okay.
Yep.
I'll whisper to you. And basically, like, yeah, we need
I'll get the gist of it, you guys. Obviously, if I see you all going back out to go out inside, I'll see that. So.
yeah. Yeah, I can definitely gesture you like with a hand movement, saying like let's go outside, back to the cellar with Edgar.
Okay. So y'all are going back inside, or are you going back out to the cellar with Edgar?
I'll go back inside.
Okay.
All right, so let's investigate the cellar again to find the source of that screech.
I think we're staying inside, sir.
I'm like, I telepathically we'll stay inside.
I don't think the source is from the cellar.
Oh, where do you think it is?
I think it's inside here.
All right, I'm like, all right, you got this, Edgar. I believe in you and your magic.
Go get him, Edgar. Pushes him out in the snow.
Rip.
Alright, so I want to continue telepathically. So, alright, Edgar, what are you thinking then? Could it be from Carson?
I don't know. If you guys didn't hear it and I'm the only one, that means the source had to see me.
I'm like, yeah, this is fucking weird.
I don't think we're stealth enough. I think the source knows we're here.
Well, it sounds like we need to do something about it.
Let the party though. You guys should come inside where we know the layout. For the most part.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay. So you guys heading back inside. Close the door behind you. I'm just gonna sort of wait in the living room and finish out your evening.
Where was I exactly?
You'd probably be by the doorway.
Okay, is that where I was paralyzed?
Yes.
Did I hear anything before the scream?
No. Just the scream, faintly.
Anybody check on our host to see if he had a door to his room?
Yeah, he had a door that he closed behind him. He went to rest.
Okay. I'm guessing there's a window at the door.
You'd probably assume there's one inside of the bedroom.
At the back door where I'm standing.
Oh, yes. Yep.
Either they come.
What was the question?
I was just saying that the scream could have been outside or inside soon.
Could
Is
be.
it still snowing pretty bad?
Yes.
From the cellar, would they been able to see me?
Yes. Only because of the warmth of the house, though. And the light coming from the house. The red light.
I will. That's all I got.
Okay. You guys just gonna finish out your long rest and wait for the morning?
I'd say yeah.
Yep.
Okay. As you all finish out your long rest, you do not get the benefits of the long rest, unfortunately, because of taking actions in the middle of the night. But as
Even
we
if I
wake in the
sleep
morning,
in?
if you would like to try to sleep in, yes. But I need somebody to roll a d20.
I'll roll.
Six. Oh, we've had this one before. That's a fun one. It's not going to do shit here. You get a moon that does nothing. The moon of Florus. All plants act strangely. There's no plants. So, you guys are safe. So, as the morning comes, the door will open up, and you will see Carson walk out with his crutches. Hey, morning. Did you guys sleep all right?
Better than
not
being
really.
out in the cold.
Better than being out in the cold, that's for sure. You know, I forgot to tell you guys before heading to bed, but if you need some spare blankets, there was definitely some up in the guest bedroom. Apologies about that. You all look to be adventuring types, and this is hard for me to ask, but would you be willing to possibly take a look for my family? They haven't come back, and I'm starting to get worried, and I'm not well. In more ways than one.
We can take a look.
I even have some snowshoes if you all want to use to make your trek towards the town that much easier.
Okay. We appreciate that.
Oh, not a problem. He will tell you. I'm trying to think. The town, if you head one day to the west, maybe a little bit quicker with snowshoes, you'll make it to Shiveria. He'll pull out some gold coins. If you guys could also possibly grab some rations and stuff and bring them back, it'd be greatly appreciated. I'm assuming if my family is still out there, they probably made it to Shiveria. He'll turn his head too. Oh yeah, good idea, Carla. I'm gonna put on some tea if you would like to take some for the road. It might keep you a little warm.
That sounds like a good idea.
All right, hold on. He steps into the kitchen where you can hear a kettle turned on. Starts to go on its thing for whistling, and he pours a couple things of tea out into cups for you all. I greatly appreciate the help, and he'll pass you. Looks to be about 50 gold pieces. Shiveria is more equipped for the cold because they experience it year round. This is a new phenomenon for me and my family, so we weren't equipped for it. But they should have everything that they need to help us get through this cold, at least maybe until it lets up. So what do you guys say? Roger Dodger?
Yeah, that sounds good. Right now I don't think there's much we can do here. Maybe on our way to Shiveria and Shiveria itself we can get more information. Maybe better snow equipment, who knows?
Oh yeah, they'll definitely have some better stuff there. This was just stuff I could make here on the farm.
Which I appreciate.
Try to stay bundled up and warm too. It's going to be a cold one out there.
Because you know that'll definitely give us a better chance than hopefully finding your family.
Yeah. Fingers crossed.
Alright, I think I'm ready to start hanging out with the tea. How about you guys?
I'm good with taking the tea.
Yeah.
He turns to the side. Yes, indeed. Safe travels, y'all. And he shakes his head. And he kind of snaps back into it. Please find them.
We'll do what we can.
Alrighty. So you all are heading out. Heading due west, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He said it'll take about a day, maybe shorter, to get there. Who would like to helm this adventure? Through the snow.
I'll do it.
Through the heavy snow.
I'll do it.
Do it, okay.
I'll assist you, and as I put on my snowshoes.
Okay. So Cordell in front, Garrett behind, then Bella Edgar.
Mm-hmm.
Feels good.
Alrighty. So, Cordell, as you step out into the snow, helming this adventure, it is probably the peak heaviness of snow. Like, it is just white out at this point. You could probably see a couple inches, maybe a foot at most, in front of you at times, but it is very close, low vision. So I would like you to give me a survival check, please, as you helm this expedition.
Little does he know that I am proficient with the survival check.
Okay. So, Cordell, as you are helming this expedition into this whiteout, this blizzard, it is going heavily sideways. It's windy and cold, and you just feel the ferocity of winter all over your body. And you're pushing through the snow step by step. You feel your feet crunch and crunch and crunch. And about this point, you've probably been walking for about an hour. Before I need you to make a dexterity saving throw for me, Cordell.
Not the Wendigo. What the hell?
As you take a step, you feel your feet crunch a little bit further than they previously have. And you feel like it is a deeper sort of place that you're stepping into. And as you feel that sinking feeling of you stepping into the snow, you immediately pull back and lean back hard, and you feel all of the snow just give way beneath your feet. And as you are currently standing here, you're looking over what looks to be a cliff that goes down into a ravine. I would like you to give me a perception check. All of you can do this too,
Okay.
if you'd like.
No, that's the worst roll for a halfling.
Natural one. So, Bella, as you look down into this ravine, you see what looks to be blood. About 30 feet down is how deep this ravine goes. You see blood that it looks like it's smattered on the bottom. You see probably chunks of meat that have been spewed about in a couple of places. Hair. You see claw marks and blood that looks like it has sort of lined up the ravine itself, as if somebody was bloody and climbed out of it.
Hey guys, there's a bunch of blood over this way. Think we
It's
should.
kind of frozen to the rocks at this point, too.
Oh, so it looks like it's a couple days old.
Yes, indeed.
Hint, hint,
Yeah.
hint.
I would like everyone to make a history check.
History.
It's not a mystery. It's history.
History.
Oh fuck.
Hang on, I'm gonna use my, so I'm gonna do a thing. Use a second chance on Bella, because I learned apparently I can only use this ability for other people if they roll a 1.
That's bountiful luck.
Bountiful luck, exactly, yeah. No, it's, yeah, you're right, it's bountiful luck. So,
Okay.
Second
So-
chance is if you get attacked.
so in other words, you can re-roll your history check, because you got a 1.
One of the best abilities. So Bella, it's at this point as it actually kind of makes sense. You're looking down, you see this blood that is sort of clambered here, and everything just clicks for you. You recall when you first met Carson, he told you that the town was north, and today he told you it was west.
So he lied?
I don't know that he lied outright. I think that I think that he is suffering from some form of dementia.
So we can't rely on his directions. Because he told us two different directions.
Yes, he did.
So what the fuck do we do now?
Same thing we do in every campaign. Plan to take over and kill the town for the people that are trying to stop us.
So what about this bloody trail, guys? What do you want to do about that? Should we follow it?
Well, the trail is down in the ravine. It looks like somebody climbed out of the ravine that was bloody.
Yeah, but there's no
That was
trail
him.
outside the ravine.
No, the snow has since covered it up.
Yeah, I wonder if this is where he broke his leg.
That is a very good possibility.
Is there? Do we have we have a druid in the party who can like talk to plants, talk to snow, talk to animals?
Nope.
The closest thing to that is probably Grave Shot. He's Ranger.
Man, that would have came in handy, huh?
Yeah, it would have.
Sorry, Vinny.
So I guess I'll try. Let me try this. I wonder if I can use my medical intuition, and maybe check the blood and see if it kind of looks familiar to what we saw in Carson's body, since we did see like his face and legs.
So you want to try to make a medical check? Give me a medical check to try to discern this.
Yeah, because I'm a type of halfling with the mark of healing that's better at this than your average halfling. Alright.
That would make you a 3/4 halfling.
Yeah. Is a doctor halfling to you.
Super happy.
So, with that, you're sort of overlooking this blood. It looks like human blood. But you can definitely tell, actually, looking at it, the blood lessens the further that they climb up. Almost as if the wound was healing as they were climbing.
That's an
But his
interesting revelation.
wound wasn't healed, right?
Not fully. Also, looking down into the ravine, you notice that the blood down there is more than just one human's body's worth of blood.
So maybe, and this is just a hypothetical, maybe that would be either his wife or his wife and kids that are down there. Something happened and he was covered in blood, but his wound was not severe enough for him to actually bleed, and as he climbed out of the ravine, the blood that he had on him got worn off, which would be the reason, at least in my mind, why it started out thick and then there was a lesser amount of blood by the time he got to the top of the ravine when he crawled out. So who's climbing down there to investigate all this stuff?
Well,
Bella's a monk, right?
Yep.
Shit, she could just jump down there and take no fall damage.
here I go, acrobatic.
You don't even need acrobatics. You just jump down there and slow fall.
Okay, that's what I do.
So you reduce fall damage by 5 times equal to your monk level, which you are. You reduce it by 20. The max I can roll is 18, so you take no fall damage. You kind of like jump and you slide down with your hand on the wall and just jump onto the ground. You see, now that you are down here more clearly, there is body parts and chunks all over almost like somebody splatted on the ground, one of them. You see large pools of blood that have since frozen over, but no bodies currently in the blood.
There any like crevices or like cave entrances?
Down here, looking around, no. It looks like it's fairly like a canyon almost. It is just flat down here. It's a little snow covered down here at this point, but everything that you can currently see is fully visible. No bodies to be seen.
That's sitting back behind everything going, man, these guys are just so slow. This is so simple. A first grader could figure it out. And we're over here struggling for our lives, trying to figure out
I'm waiting for it.
To do it.
It's going to click. I've given you all the clues you need.
No, you haven't. You just haven't told us the answer.
That is true.
We really enjoy it a lot when you make it that easy for us. All right.
Let me just learn how old this blood is.
Looks to be, let's say within everyone's current lookings, you can probably dictate it's about a week old.
And from our quick analysis, how bruised was his leg?
It looks like he might have snapped it, or completely bent it backwards, like hyperextended it.
Will look like
It wouldn't have caused all this blood down here.
it was broken a week ago, or does it look like better?
Oh, it looks like it's way past healed from a week.
Not normal.
I think we killed his family. Somehow.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got a guy that's delusional talking to imaginary family members that most likely died. I feel pretty confident that we have found the murder site, even though we don't necessarily have bodies. And we've got a guy that allegedly has a broken leg. It appears to us that it was broken. So, what does this all add up to? I mean, he hasn't, as far as I can tell, he hasn't done anything to warrant us attacking him outright. He's been hospitable, if not, absent-minded, forgetful, dementia. So what are we dealing with here? Pat says he's given us all the clues, and I feel like it's sitting right there in front of me, and I'm just not smart enough to figure it out.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Did we tell if there's any different ways he was talking when he was in a different state of mind?
You mean like did his voice and
Demeanor.
demeanor change? As if it was like a whole different person? Well, could we?
He seems to be. He just kind of seems dazed, honestly. Like he goes back and forth between talking to his family and then coming back to reality.
What if he was actually talking to his family? Not like in person, but like their spirits were captured. Like they were killed in body, but their souls were like put into an item or something.
Okay.
It's quite possibly a good idea.
That's, I agree. I think it's a good idea.
And so he really was talking to them, but he's the only one that could hear them.
All right. So, if we go down that, why would that happen? Would he... Okay, so what if he is not the bad guy? What if there's something else here besides him?
Maybe.
Or maybe he's got a split personality.
I mean, that's possible too. Or maybe his body parts are buried under the house somewhere. I don't know. It could go anyway. I have proficiency in navigator's tools and such. I just don't know how they would be helpful for us right now. Should we find the town? Or go back to his house?
All right, so... Okay, so... I think whatever is affecting this guy, Farmer Carson, I think whatever is affecting him is quite possibly the source behind our, what do you call them, amulets not working.
Right, but do we go back to his house and investigate further, or do we try to find the town and investigate? And then go back?
Decision.
Hmm.
Both have pros and cons.
You had any difficulty climbing?
And just to check, do we investigate like everything in the ravine area, like no caves or anything like that?
Yeah, there didn't seem to be a cave system or anything like that. It's very flat. Almost like a trench, like a larger trench.
From her point of view, can she tell how difficult it was for him to get up here on a broken leg?
It doesn't look like it'd be difficult, but it definitely looks like it'll hurt your hands because it's cold. Hence why he had frostbite on his hands.
We have a location. Can we tell if this area is traveled?
Recently, no. Most likely in the past, possibly. The tracks and all that are since covered up by the snow.
Is there a way I can use my navigator's tools to figure out which direction the town is in?
I don't think so. Not knowing where the town is physically. It's more so for like charting a course for a ship, you know?
But I have a compass. Do we, like, outside of what he said, do we know what direction the town was in before he tried to tell us which direction to go?
Not at all. You're going to take it at face value if either it was to the west or the north. Unless you asked him again for clarification. You're not sure. It'd be a shot in the dark, essentially.
But didn't he say that they were all trying to get to town?
Yes.
So if we feel strongly that this is the rest of his family, and this is the direction, like whatever east, west, north, south, whatever direction this is from the house, I would say we could assume that that's the direction town is in.
You could assume that. Or you can assume he probably didn't know either.
Well, fuck, guys. I don't know what to do. I feel like we need to go back to the house and him and do some more investigation, like in the surrounding area, and look closer at things in the house.
Alright, so Bella's vote is to go back to the house to Carson. How about the rest
Okay,
of
I'm
you?
So Bella,
I'm good with that. I just don't know what we're looking for. Typically, when we go on these missions, we're looking for something. We have some idea of what we're looking for. And at this point, I really don't know. We're looking for something, and we wouldn't even recognize it when we found it.
What did Bella find exactly down there?
blood, body parts, and chunks that are spewed about. Kind of like matter, per se. Like body matter.
How many parts?
It's not as much as you'd think. Like if somebody hit the floor and was squished into a million pieces. But it's definitely a couple chunks here and there. Maybe like a total of 10 to 15 smaller bits too. Like we're talking meatball size.
So no full hand, but
Nope.
No hair.
Mm-mm. No. You do find a couple like strands of hair. No bones.
What color is the hair?
It'd be brunette.
Was he a brunette?
He was.
But was his wife and children?
You're not sure.
Oh, like I there were no pictures in the house that I would have seen.
Drawings, but you might be able to assume that some of them had gray, or some of them had brown hair, brunettes,
Okay.
like oil paintings and all that kind of thing. Very old timey pencil drawings.
He's not the real guy. We're dealing with a doppelganger or a rakshasa or something that can assume his identity.
Maybe, but we won't know until we go back there and find out.
Pretty much.
Okay. Bella, are you climbing out of the ravine?
Yes.
Go ahead and give me an athletics check. And you will take 2 cold damage as you climb. So you successfully climb out of the ravine. It's not too difficult. It just kind of burns your hands a little bit. But you eventually get out and you're back on top side. And you all want to make the trek back towards the house?
Well, since we don't know what direction the town is for sure, yeah.
Okay. So you guys are coming from the west, going to the east. Okay. As you all are trekking, making the trek back through the snow lightens up a little bit. Still pretty heavy. You can probably see a couple feet in front of you at this point. But in the distance, each of you hear, come on, Carla, Caleb, Courtney. We're going to go find some meat for the evening. And then you see that of Carson Farmer walking towards you. Except he doesn't have the crutches this time.
Can we like be
I
stealth
would just-
and observe him?
If you see him, he most likely sees you by this point.
I'll approach. Just say hello.
He kind of turns. Clara, they're alive!
Of course we are. Why wouldn't we be?
Because you're supposed to be within me like my family.
Strikers! Ask later.
I had to do it. I had to do it, and now they're with me forever. They're a part of me.
I knew it. He killed his family and ate them.
Okay, Pedro.
Oh, you guys ate some too.
Wait, what? I don't remember eating anything.
That carved up leg that was inside the kitchen.
So what was inside the kitchen?
He's a carnivore.
That was a.
Right.
It was a cannibal.
Cannibal, yeah.
Right, no, I get that, but I don't remember saying I ate the food. I just took the tea.
Some of you did. As he walks. It was good.
Oh my
As he
God.
walks towards you.
Like, ew, man,
As
what the hell?
As he walks towards you
You
guys,
gotta do what you gotta do to survive there, brother.
he lets out the guttural screech. And piercing red eyes appear in his socket. As you see his legs bend backwards.
I'm like,
He starts to walk towards you all.
I'm like,
And I'm going to show you a picture of what you guys see.
yeah, after seeing
Oh,
that,
I don't have...
yeah, as we see this, I'm like, I'm gonna prepare some psychic blades and fire.
Oh, we're going to roll initiative. There is no prepping.
So where's the picture of this ass hat?
I'm trying to see if I had it, because it's a creature you all have seen before. As you see this deer-like person.
No,
you
it's
were
over
right.
halfway again.
I don't have a picture of it. Wow. I'll have to just throw... We'll take a quick break right here, buy a break, and I'll throw the picture up on here so you all can see.
Sounds good.
Okay.
But it is indeed a Wendigo.
I was
That
right to
Wendigo
stay
could
up in the
pick
middle of the
eyes.
night.
Oh, you guys never checked the room, by the way. He totally wasn't in the room.
Wait, we didn't check his bedroom?
Nope.
What you did?
What is wrong with us? Like we're newbie adventurers, like we've never done this shit before.
The Wendigo.
I mean, to be fair, like us, the players, are experienced adventurers, but not this group. I mean,
There we go.
But you always
Great
know
image
when
right
you
here.
stay with a stranger in a strange house, you always make sure that they are where they say they are.
There you go. There's your buddy, the Wendigo.
Yeah, I'm ready for the nightmares tonight, thank you.
Brett, please don't die today.
It's okay.
Well,
I'm here, Brett. So you won't.
Hey, I've got a track record. I've had 2 characters be eaten by Wendigos, so third time's a charm that it won't happen. If it happens,
Well,
it was fun playing Cordell while it lasted.
I did tone down the stat block a little bit for you four. But does that icon look familiar, Brett? It's the same one from Yosera.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm going to use the restroom room.
Sam, be a
Where's the map for this
Go ahead.
thing?
I will open
I'm gonna get some cheese and
here.
crackers to enjoy this bloodshed.
There we
That look familiar?
Yes, it's like the same
Well, I remember this.
So I guess I need to roll initiative, don't I?
Yes, indeed. And we are going to kick this off. As everyone is back.
I'm going.
Bella, you're starting us off.
I'll at least get one attempt at an attack before it devours my character.
So as soon as Hannah gets back, we can kick this off.
Oh, I'm back.
Oh, let's do it.
I never left.
So you see this creature screaming at you, this deer-like sort of chimera of a monster.
Yeah, I'm looking at all my things to refresh on what I can do. Sorry, hold on.
Oh, you are good.
Well, it was fun working with y'all.
Okay. Right. That's what I want to do. Okay, I'm going to 5:30.
Ooh, that is not the color I want.
Still too far away to use that. I can throw a dart up to 60 feet, right? My cantrip? What do you mean my cantrip? It's been a long time since I played. Acre Flame. Oh,
You got cantrips?
yeah. Okay, I'm gonna do
Oh yeah, that's right. That's
my
right. You're an elf. So
I'm gonna do
elf.
my Sacred Flame.
Okay.
All right.
Do I do attack or save?
You roll the save on him.
Okay.
Yeah, he does a dexterity save, and if he fails, then you do damage.
Which he fails?
So damage now, right?
Yep. 8 radiant damage to start her off.
All right. I think
Not
that's
too
all I
shabby.
can do, right?
Unless you want to use your bonus action to dash or patient defense.
No, I don't want to get too much closer. I'm good. Give everyone else a chance to get up close before I jump in and jab.
Oops.
Alrighty. So,
Not
is that your
what I
turn,
was trying
Bella?
to do. There we go.
Yes.
Edgar.
I'll cast Protection from Evil and Good on myself.
Okay.
It worked. And then donor action. This will do it.
Alrighty.
My turn.
Cordell.
Right. Hold on a second. I forgot to look at something. Okay. This is going to be at long range. I'm going to take my shot at this guy. Hit.
That hits.
Ha! Take that.
14 damage.
And let's see. I am going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. That'll be my turn.
Alright, so I'm going to roll to see who this guy goes for, because both Bella and Cordell has hit it. So I'm going to roll a D6. On a 1, 2, 3 is Bella, 4, 5, 6 is Cordell. They wanted it to be you, buddy. It went straight to 6.
They wanted it that way.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. And it still looks like it can run a little bit. It is going to use its hold person screech first, as it screams at you, Cordell. You'll make a wisdom saving throw.
Of course I don't.
You got a 20, which succeeds. So as it does that, you feel your internals like you're shaking as this thing's coming towards you, and it lets out the scream, and you just bear through it. So then it is going to make a bite attack. So you get a melee attack here. Boop. That is a 10. Misses. You feel these claws swing at you, and you can just see them dripping with this necrosis. As they go right over your head, you duck under it.
That's right. Hate me, motherfucker.
Oh, that'd be his teeth. His teeth are dripping with the necrosis. Garrett.
Alright. So just to check, are these like rocks and stuff real, or?
Yes. You just couldn't see them initially as you were walking through the heavy snow, and now they're here for cover for you guys, for your benefit.
Nice. Alright, so I'm gonna use my regular action, and I'm gonna fire off a psychic blade. When to go. So right now is Cordell like close enough for sneak attack or nah? Like,
Yes.
okay.
It is a large creature. Very large.
Okay.
How large is it?
Large. He's technically huge. A 2 misses, unfortunately. Worst roll for a halfling. But you do have lucky that you could use if you'd like.
I don't have lucky. That's a.
Oh, you have halfling luck. Hey.
No, I don't have lucky
Yep.
yet. Maybe at some point I will, but
The luckiest halfling ever.
yeah, I'm in the bucket right now. But I can still use my bonus action. I can still move. So I'll be doing that.
No one's been hurt yet, so.
10.
Fill them out.
So I'm gonna use my bonus action to hide.
Okay.
Sort of disappear for a bit.
If it gets them, that motherfucker ain't gonna get me.
Ain't never gonna get me.
Sort of peek
You feel relatively hidden.
in. Right, so I think that'll have to end my turn for now.
Okay, Bella.
Can I use my cantrip as often as I like?
Yeah, it's a level 0 spell.
I think I'll do that again. It did pretty good.
Okay.
Or actually, yeah, let me see.
Had to throw this guy at you before you got stunning blow.
I'm gonna do instead. I'm gonna do Breath of the Dragon.
Breath of the Dragon?
Okay.
Oh.
Breath of the Dragon.
Yeah, it's her monk ability.
Oh, okay, okay.
He succeeds.
So
Damage type. You get to choose a damage type. Acid, cold, fire, lightning, or poison.
what would do most against a Wendigo?
You're not quite sure yet.
Let's go with acid.
Okay.
And then
So,
how do I roll the damage then?
you roll. Was it 2d4?
Oh. I didn't know if it would automatically calculate it. Okay.
And he gets half because he saved. So, as the acid hits him, you spew the acid breath.
It says untyped on there. Are you sure it got acid? Or?
No, you can choose it. I'll tell you right now, acid doesn't make a difference
Okay.
for this guy. So as the acid hits him, it seems to be as effective as it would be for him dodging out of the way of most of it. I think all of you guys would be intelligent enough to know that if this thing lives in the cold, don't use cold damage on it.
Well, yeah.
I think that's the only one that you guys would be 100% certain of.
Well, use cold. Got it.
Use cold. He loves the cold.
I see no
he did
frostbite
have
tips.
frostbite. LOL.
So, is that your turn, Bella, or would you like to move?
Can I punch him if I get up close with a bonus action?
You can.
I believe you can with your monk.
Gotta be flurry.
Yep. So,
Yeah, flurry of blows, yeah.
how do I do this? There's no action thing underneath it here.
Flurry of bows.
Oh, that's that?
There, I'll make it a little bit bigger so.
Draconic strike. That's pretty.
Wait, that's awesome.
Okay, so acid didn't do much, right?
It seemed to do the same amount as it would.
Yeah, flurry.
I'll do.
Yeah, you can change your unarmed strikes to different types of damage.
I'll
when you
do a
punch.
fire and a poison.
A fire and a poison, and using your flurry of blows, right?
Yeah.
Nope. Okay.
So roll.
Oh, just attack.
Yeah, just roll your 2 attacks. First one hits. This would be the fire one. And then your poison one misses. Go ahead and roll your damage. So as you punch him with the fire fist, you watch him peel back in pain. The
Yeah.
fire seems to do a little bit more than you thought it would.
Oh,
Fire, bitches! Bring on the fire! Let's burn this raggedy ass deer.
It totally sounded like something it definitely wasn't. I had to think about that for a second. Alrighty. Is that your turn there, Bella?
Mm-hmm.
For furry of bows, Edgar.
I am going to action. Going to have my emblem glow. And then you see this pulse come out, and I'll use my channel divinity
Okay.
for Twilight Sanctuary. I think I have everybody
Not quite.
right.
You don't know where Garrett is.
Sorry, Garrett. Alright. Can I discern... Yeah, I can move here.
For what?
Just move, like, not be its area. Or...
You'll be within range of it attacking you.
Yeah,
But-
that's fine. But just,
Okay.
That, the 3x3 is his size.
Yes.
Alright, and then I will bonus action. You'll see a purple and white cross start to form behind him, like pointing in, and I'll cast Spiritual Weapon.
Okay. What did you make your spiritual weapon?
A cross with the pointing in.
Oh, a cross.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
What do you thought? Say?
I thought it was going to be a frying pan.
You know, that sounds even better. We'll do a frying pan, a purple frying pan,
Purple frying pan.
and then I'll hit him with his first attack. Right,
Alrighty, go
across
for it.
me if I can get the advantage.
I'll give it to you.
I'm like, this ain't a drying pan.
Oh, what?
This is a frying pan.
Out of the fire and into the frying pan.
Points if you get the reference.
I mean, I got that it was a reference. Can't tell you what from specifically.
Sorry, I'll play Legend of Luigi, Lewis.
No, it's on. It's on Luigi.
That's why I don't play Legend of Luigi. I
It's
play
not
Zelda's
from-
Mansion.
It's not Zelda, though. I guess you could technically it also be a Zelda reference, but no, I wasn't trying to refer to that.
Alright. So that small circle is my weapon. A big circle is my Twilight.
Great.
How about that?
Yeah, that. That works.
Purple frying pan. Put a purple frying pan in there. Here you go.
And then at the end of my turn, my Twilight will activate, and I guess that will go a little bit and give me some hit points.
Okay.
And that should do it.
Alrighty. Cordell, you're face to face with your favorite guy. The Wendigo.
Decisions. I think that's what I want to do. I want to shoot first and run later.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, my attack.
Misses, unfortunately.
Alright.
You're shaking a little bit. Okay, you're
Alright.
gonna run.
Yep, I'm gonna run. And
He will take the melee attack at you.
go for it.
All I can imagine is Jack Sparrow when that group
Yeah.
runs up to him, or when he runs up to them and then he turns around and runs away.
Alright, I guess I ain't
I'm outta
running
here.
too far. He hit me with his
So
attack.
he hits you. He hits you with his teeth. He sinks them into you. Oh, max damage. And then you, as the teeth sink into you, you feel the necrosis set in, and you make a con save, which you succeed.
Yes, I made
So,
it.
and you do not take half actually. But just so you know, this is how much it would have been.
Holy
A lot of
shit.
damage.
I'd be
Yeah, that would have killed
dead.
you. And it's okay. Because if you're hit with the bite attack and you die, you know what happens.
You become a Wendigo.
Oh, you get swallowed. So, Cordell, is that your turn? As you try to run away. You can still move, you just take the hit.
Okay. The hell? Okay. I was right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There. That'll be my turn. That's where I'm stopping.
Alrighty. The Wendigo will turn. I'm going to roll a d6. Actually, he's going to do one attack each. One bite attack at Bella, because she used the fire, and then one claw attack at Edgar, which he'll have to make these at disadvantage, right, with the protection?
Is he mapped as an undead? Or
Yes,
any
he is
of those?
undead.
Okay, so then it should be automatic.
Okay. So we will do the attack first at Bella.
Oh,
There's a 19 to hit.
what?
So Bella will suffer 11 piercing damage, and then she will make a con save, which she fails. So Bella, as he bites into you, you feel this necrotic burn searing into your shoulder as you take 26 necrotic damage. You fall unconscious. So you fall unconscious. You are not swallowed yet. And then he will spin his claws and try to swipe at you there, Edgar. So we'll see. It should be disadvantage. Yep. Which a 17 misses. So as he bites into Bella, he kind of like picks her up and shakes her and spits her out onto the ground, and then swings at you, Edgar, and you duck it. That will be his turn. Garrett.
Save me.
Oh crap.
This guy ain't no joke when he hits. Man, I missed the opportunity. I should have called this guy Carl, because he kind of looks like Rick from Walking Dead. What you doing, Garrett?
Alright, so I'm gonna take. First, I'm gonna definitely take advantage of a opportunity and do like surprise attack at Wendigo. My special
Okay.
blades.
Surprise.
Surprise!
Some fries, motherfudger. That hits, and you get sneak attack. This better be good. $12 damage, not too shabby.
I'm gonna double check and make sure that's all the damage is there. I think it is, but
Yeah, it looks like you get 2d6 for sneak attack, your d6 for the blade.
Yeah. yeah, I know at higher levels the second blades should be better, but right now it's
And your sneak attack gets better
yeah.
every other level.
All right. A good hit. So now I'm. So right now I'm like I ask Edgar, can you heal up Bella?
I'll give a thumbs up.
Alright, I'll trust you then. And I'll use my bonus action to hide again.
Okay. I think it's fairly good.
Alright, and I guess that'll end my turn.
Alrighty. Bella, I need you to make a death saving throw. Natural 20. Natural 20. 10. Success. That'll be her turn. Edgar.
I will do the most surprising move that Cordell will ever see in his life. I will cast Cure
He's gonna
Wounds.
heal.
Yeah.
What?
Cleric? That's healing?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Who the hell is this guy I think he is?
Wow.
Still better than 0.
Yeah. Yeah, because they can't swallow you immediately on your next turn.
Alright. Bonus action move. Am I a diagonal?
Yeah, it's fine. It's kind of weird because it's also a rectangle.
You can also move here if that's easier.
There.
And do the move. Try to swing back with the hand of doom.
John Cooper in the frying pans and...
Hit him in the back of the head. Or
Alright.
Alright, let's do it. Come on. Ah, that was
That is a hit. 18 and 19 on the dice. Get him out of the way now. Seven damage, not bad.
great. Action, bonus action. That will do it.
Alrighty. Cordell.
I'm gonna take a shot at 1 to go there.
Alrighty. Pop him. Oh, 2.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Would you like to action search?
No. I will hold
No?
on to the
Okay.
action surge.
Till things get dire.
Yep.
Alrighty. Cordell, would you care to move? Bonus action?
Nope. I'm gonna stay right there.
Alrighty. It's gonna be the Wendigro's time. He'll take a bite attack at Edgar first, and then a swipe attack at Bella, who has been re-revived. That is a natural 1 on the dice there. That is a miss. Claw attack at Bella. He said, "Get back down." 26 hits. For 11 max damage. 11 damage.
Save yourself.
He says, "Go back to sleep. I'll feast on you shortly." Alrighty, that'll be his turn. Garrett.
And I'm like, oh shit, here we go again. It's like surprise attack the Wendigo. Psychic blades.
Alrighty.
There. It's okay, I can re-roll that one.
Yes, you can. Just roll one more d20. A
Nice.
13 misses, unfortunately.
Holy crap. I think I'll use my bonus action to hide again.
Okay.
I can re-roll that. Much better.
When you re-roll a 1 into a 19, it's something spectacular.
I'm like, oh, almost tripped. Never mind, I'm good.
You tripped into the hiding hole.
It's like, Tats failed successfully. Alright, that'll be the end of my turn.
Alrighty then. Bella, go ahead and roll a death save again. A better success this time. Still not a 20. Edgar.
Do the same thing.
Alrighty. I'm awake. I'm alive.
I'll develop. Are you done napping? You're trying to fight this thing.
Wow. I've done damage to it. What have y'all done?
Dealing damage, healing you, dealing damage.
Okay. Well, I can't do anything if I can't get up.
Oh, it's funny. It's up again.
Hey.
You got to cut there, sir. You might want to get that checked out.
Yeah, he is officially bloody.
Oh, good. Glad my death haven't been totally in
Action. Not moving. I'll hold my ground.
Alrighty. Cordell, you got this. Come on.
Alrighty. I am going to expend a grit point. I have one grit point, and I'm going to use the Deadeye shot. Give myself advantage on this attack.
Oh, that's pretty cool. You hit it!
There we go.
That's
Oh, son of a bitch!
You got double unos! Double unos on the dice! You finally hit it and get double unos.
That's a
They're two
target.
natural
it's-
ones. Can't he use the halfling luck?
He wish. He wishes.
He didn't even hit him with a bullet. Hit him with the casing.
Yeah. It ejected out the gun out the back and it burned him a little bit.
Wow.
Oh no.
I think I'm just going to stand right there where I'm at. I'm not going to move. I have done it. I have
It's so
done as much as I
disappointing.
can. That's my turn.
It's so
The
disappointing.
greatest
I'm
fucking
sorry.
wind up for the most terrible shot.
You just hear this loud bang, and the Wendigo just kind of looks over in Cordell's direction and goes, He waves his arm. I'll save you for later. And he's gonna turn back to the other two. He's gonna make the bite again at Edgar.
The bullets just kind of nicked its antler horn.
He rubs his head.
Don't throw back.
Claw attack at Bella. Natural 18. Still hits though. Needs a low roll. You need a low roll. Oh, and that's a 7.
Fuck.
Garrett.
You guys gotta get
Actually,
me away
he's
from
gonna
him.
move a little bit. He's gonna move a little bit over there. He's getting a little bit closer to Garrett.
I'm like, I breathe and I'm like, you got this, Garrett.
So that kind of makes sense, Garrett, because he can see you now.
Like, alright, I gotta move. So how tall are these, just check how tall these, like, rocks again?
We'll just say they're a couple feet.
Okay. Today, where I gotta move a bit here.
Big enough for you to tuck behind.
And I get a bonus action hide.
Okay.
Nat 20.
He still sees you.
So, unfortunately, as you tuck behind the rock, you still feel a piercing red glare steering in your direction. He has blind sense.
Do I feel like I'm being watched behind? Like,
Indeed you do this time, buddy. You see those piercing... You slide behind, and you're like, I'm hidden. And then you peer over the rock, and you see the glaring red eyes at your direction.
I'm like, uh-oh. But for now, I think I'll end my turn.
Okay. Bella, go ahead and roll the death save again.
Come on.
That one is not a success. Edgar.
Clear.
Clear.
I'm gonna have to teach you the ways of fighting.
It's not fighting, it's just fucking staying alive.
I didn't hear no bell.
You see, heard the bell several times.
That hits. Good damage.
Wow. Huh. Maybe I need to see if I can shoot frying pans out of my gun.
You just gotta change your color of your dice, Cordell. That's what it is.
Yeah. Let me do that real quick.
It's coming up on you, so.
Okay, I have not yet done red. Okay.
You did purple already?
No, I haven't done purple. Purple has let me down consistently. It's the color in the bucket at the moment.
Action, bonus action. That is my turn.
Okay. Alright, Edward, go ahead and roll initiative for me. Let's see where you get put in the list here.
What? Edward showed up?
Oh dear God, Captain's here.
We're saved!
I don't know how saved you guys are.
Not at all.
As he rolls a 16 here, goes next, comes out of the sky and blasts this guy away with like 400 damage.
Leroy Jenkins.
Nah, that ain't gonna happen. He's the one that volunteered to be eaten by the Wendigo.
Oh, okay, yeah, he's the snack.
Uh,
So go ahead and roll initiative there, Edward.
Bear with me. I'm doing this on my sleep back. I'm trying my best.
You're good.
we are glad to have the help there, John.
And
I was gonna say, I randomly started hearing John talking. I'm like, where the fuck did John come from?
I've been here all along. He rolled a 19. He's at the top. You should have rolled worse. All right. Cordell.
Alrighty.
You see a portal open up in the sky, and Edward Kenway lands in, pulls out his pistols, and he's looking around. Sees this giant Wendigo deer creature.
Wait, what
Sorry,
the fudge?
Coming up.
That thing.
Alright.
Oh, that looks lovely.
It is ugly.
John, so
It
good
is-
luck.
knocked me down to my death ass like 4 times.
Cordell hits it, and he doesn't get 2 ones. He got 11 damage. That is 2 ones.
Let's see. Do I want to action?
It's
surge?
looking pretty hurt.
Nah.
I think you're ready. You're ready for a sharpshooter.
Yeah,
All right.
I've got sharpshooter. I just haven't used it yet because I forgot about it.
All right, so that's your turn, Cordell.
That was my turn. I'm finished.
Alrighty. He is going to move away from you, Edgar, because he can't seem to hit you, and he believes it is magical in origin. So he is going to bounce over towards someone else.
I'll take my opportunity.
Okay, go for it.
Advantage, no advantage. No advantage. Okay.
You can use advantage.
Can I? I see I'm
You're
not.
down, man.
It shows 25.
You're also away from his.
Yeah, you're not within range there, Bella.
Actually, you're gonna see my right arm start glowing purple. I'm going to attempt to inflict wounds. I know that's not going to do a lot of damage.
You hit, barely hit. It has a chance of doing quite a bit of damage, though.
It's necrotic, so.
You could do 30. You could do 30.
You're gonna kill it.
10 is still damage. He's looking really hurt. Alrighty, and he will move. He's gonna jump over here on top of the rock. Hello, little man. I think he's gonna do the scream attack first. So he's gonna cast Hold Person. So you'll make a Wisdom save there, Garrett. Which you fail. So you are
Hang on.
paralyzed.
There's a secondary just to make sure that. Don't let anything re-rolls. So is this like a frightening thing? Just check.
It is a frightening thing, so you can
I
reroll.
have advantage on same throws.
Who did we lose?
Which you succeed that one.
We lost Iron.
So you're not paralyzed.
Nice.
And you'll still make the bite attack at you, though. Which, a 23
Hang on.
hits.
Now I'm going to use my reaction.
Second chance.
To do second chance.
What?
An 11 misses. He's a lucky little man. He's a lucky little man. Garrett.
Yeah, so I see him, and I'm like, oh. I was like almost being like paralyzed in fear. I like strut my chest like boom boom, and then I just barely dodge his bite attack.
Lucky.
So I'm like, alright, so I'm gonna use my bonus action to disengage. 5, 10,
Okay.
20. And then I'm gonna shoot it up here with a psychic blade. Yeah! Finally got a hit on this thing.
Yes, you did. Unfortunately, no sneak
No
attack.
sneak, but I'll take the hit right now.
You know, the funny thing is, I think it's gonna happen.
This is gonna kill
I
me.
think it's gonna happen. Nope.
Okay, at least that was a pretty decent hit.
So that was action, bonus action, movement.
Yeah, I think that'll have to end my turn.
Captain falls out of the sky, lands in the snow. It is your turn, Edward Kenway.
Ooh.
Because of where I see myself on this map, can he see me?
Yes, he has blind sight, so he can see everything around him.
Of course he can. I'm just gonna go out guns blazing and shoot him. Do I have
Alrighty.
advantage because I just came in?
No, unfortunately, buddy.
You could use your bonus. You can do this. You can use your bonus.
You can steady aim.
with your bonus action.
You can steady aim.
Oh, yeah.
So you can't move, and you pretty much use your whole turn in aiming, and then you fire the gun.
That's fine, because he's far enough away from me as of right now.
Steady aim.
Yeah. How do I do this today?
Alrighty. So just go ahead and click the advantage button and roll your attack, which I'm assuming you're using the revolver.
Yeah.
There it is.
Okay.
Wendigo dead.
And you get sneak attack. So go ahead and click your sneak attack button there. Your effect to put it on yourself.
Finish off, Captain.
Hold on. Did I put it on myself?
No, you did not. You should see a little magnifying glass next to sneak attack, and then click the effect. Boom, you did it.
There we go.
Okay, so now go ahead and drop the damage on the monster. I'm going to say right now, how do you want to do this?
Yeah.
I take his head right off.
Yeah, as he's falling out of the sky, all Edward Kenway remembers is he got blasted over the edge of his boat. He was hanging on the edge of the boat, and his fingers finally let go, and he falls into the portal. And all of a sudden, he comes crashing out of the sky, flips out his gun, and he sees this deer monster, and just pulls the trigger and blasts his head right off.
Nice.
Awesome. Nobody died to the Wendigo. Nobody got eaten.
Ooh,
Nobody got eaten this time.
three's
I
the
should say
charm.
nobody stayed dead.
Nobody stayed dead. And as
you
you
were-
all clear the Wendigo...
You weren't really dead. You were just unconscious.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
sure.
You're sleeping.
Yeah.
You were
As
mostly dead.
as you all kill the Wendigo, your planeswalker amulets light up.
Okay.
And if you guys would like, you can roll a nature check to figure out what the Wendigo is.
Yeah, I
Do
will.
that.
Absolutely.
Nature check.
I'm not going to pass that up.
I'm still.
They're one of my
still
favorite
scared
lore
shitless.
monsters.
Oh, my nature's
one of my
minus
favorites.
1, 2.
That's okay. You can still roll a 20. Come on.
Did I roll it? Did it go through?
You should.
No, did
Yeah.
I roll it? Did it go through?
No, you didn't. Nope.
Hold on.
You can double click it or drag it to the chat.
There we go.
There you go.
That's fine.
Okay. So, Edgar, you've heard tales of these creatures before. A creature that, in the obscene cold, the Arctic cold, someone that resorts to cannibalism. they get overtaken by the spirit of the cannibal, the spirit of the winter, and get turned into this fiendish creature that develops a sort of appetite for flesh and blood of its own kind. So you'd kind of assume, as the terrible incident, all of it kind of clicks with you. You recall, or probably piece together, that he might have mistakenly walked in that direction to the west with his family originally. They stumbled over the edge and fell into the cliff, or fell into the ravine. Stuck down there with a broken leg and his most likely dead children at the time, maybe unconscious wife, dying of starvation. He resorted to cannibalism, which turned him into this creature. It healed him steadily over time, and quicker, until he could climb out of the ravine and return to his home, leading to the sort of split personality of him not knowing where his family is, but them always being there within him.
Ew.
And that was my little Wendigo mystery.
It was a good story. I liked it.
Thank you. So, as your Planewalker amulet lights up, would you guys like to stay and investigate further, or would you like to depart?
I mean, I'm good.
You have a ship to steal back, if I am not mistaken.
Hey, your captain is
Yeah. But we also have supplies that can be acquired from the house.
Like what? How do we know none of the food's not his family?
Did I say food? No. The snow stuff that we might be able to use in the future.
But you guys have all the snow boots and the jackets and stuff already.
Is there anything else valuable in there?
If you wanted some grain, maybe? Or you're not sure what was in the room. And he also gave you 50 gold. Which is kind of fucked up because he was thinking totally you guys were going to die with the gold and he would just take it back.
I'll take the grain.
So you guys will head back to the house, the hour trek back. Collect the grain. Investigate the room. The room is fairly standard. It's just a bed for with a larger bed for most likely 2 people. Family portrait sits alongside the bed, and nothing else really stands out apart from maybe some fine clothes. So that is fully the house explored, to what your guys' knowledge that is.
I'll do like a small ceremony first.
Okay. Put a little ceremony on, mourning them, letting them move on as the spirit of the winter ceases, the spirit of endless hunger and cannibalism.
And grab the grain.
Grab the grain from the basement.
Yep.
It is still cold and still snowing, in a very strange phenomenon for this area. But the world is yours to explore, or if you would like to depart, that is also your choice, because you at least know where this world is if you wanted to return.
Well, I say we depart. See where through our here. Up to Captain.
Oh, there we go. I say we can just go. I don't know much on this planet. I want to leave the planet. But I leave it to be everyone's decision.
All right, let's go. Let's leave it behind.
Okay.
A sense of adventure.
You guys close your eyes.
Tucked our tails and
Think
ran
about-
home.
Think about returning back to the astral sea, back to Etheria. And as you do, you're standing on what looks to be a floating asteroid in the middle of the astral sea. There is a snowy pond, a snow-covered pond behind you. That acts as the portal to enter into this area. As you guys are standing here in the astral sea, you immediately start suffocating. Because there is no oxygen in this area. But off in the distance, you spot what looks to be... you're peering out. Is that a boat? It gets a little bit closer. You see, it looks to be a dinghy, like a tiny little boat. It gets a little bit closer. It is a tiny ferry that currently has one man sitting in the middle of the boat, rowing his oars. And he has enough room for what appears to be about 6 people, as he has a sack of goods sitting behind him. There is a small bubble that surrounds this boat. As he gets closer, he goes, "Look at what I found! I found him!
Benny.
I'm Benji! Come on in! You all look like you're not breathing too well."
You can't breathe, right?
No, you cannot breathe. You are currently suffocating. And that's when he pulls up with the boat. I found him!
Yes, you did. Well, I will struggle to ask for help to get over there to the boat.
He'll row it right up next to you. And he has like a helmet on, which acts as like his spell jamming hole. And it looks just like a simple, you know, like the tinfoil hats for talking to aliens. That's what he has on as his spell jamming hat. And he's just like, "Alrighty, come on in." I heard you guys done need some fast travel.
I will do my best to get in if I can get in before I die.
Which you easily enough can walk into the bubble and then climb up into the boat.
Alright. Yeah, Benji.
Wait, just to check. So, did the thing take us back to Spelljammer Hall, or are we back to...
No, you are outside the portal to this plane of existence.
Oh, okay.
Yep. The one that you were on, at least. So, you guys are currently in the southeast part of Etheria, here, just beyond the asteroid belt. Actually, it'd be a little bit more to the north. Benji will go, "Are you all done? You done lost your boat, right? I saw where it went. I could drop you off over there if you done like that one."
Yeah, sounds like a
plan.
good plan. You want our ship back?
And then maybe when I see you at Spelljammer Hall, I can show you the goods that I found. And don't ask where I got them, because I found them.
Indeed. And I wink.
Benji, where did you get this vestige of a divergence? I found it. So, you guys agree, and he will sail his little tiny boat that he's rowing the oars on. And it'll go on for... It seems very slow at first. And then all of a sudden you start to pick up speed, like... And it goes like light speed for a little dinghy boat that he has. And all of a sudden you guys are outside of this, like, cluster of larger asteroids. And a number of these asteroids have kind of like craters in them, but they are more like cheese, like Swiss cheese holes. You can go inside of the asteroid from these craters. And in this cluster, there's probably about 5 asteroids that have these larger chunks of holes. And from the outside, you can hear what sounds to be larger mining equipment that's going on the inside of them. Benji will drift up to one of the sort of asteroids here. And as you get in towards the asteroids, it looks like you can't breathe in the outer space. And as soon as you go into one of the holes, the whole thing is oxygenated and gravitized in here. So you can breathe and you can walk in the asteroids perfectly fine. It's like this whole operation that's been set up on the inside of these. For whatever reason that they are sort of having this mining operation. And that is where we're going to pick it up next time. As you guys enter in, you would see what looks to be sort of docks in big boats that are sort of lined up next to each other, one of which is your boat. And you would probably see they have a group of hippogriffs that they are leading off of one of the boats down the sort of ramp deeper into the asteroid, and they are chained up. So it looks like they have a little bit of a slaving operation that's going on here too. So that is where we're going to pick it up next time.
Okay.